throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie. This flex know they ready. See, we're not a ride nobody wave. We're the ones who started with it. Translation: Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the.
It's week 3 of the National Football League. And coming up, it's the Commanders' second-year running back. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Commanders and the Lions, next on Madden NFL 23.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
From the 24, Smith. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they're from the red zone now, Smith. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run with Robinson.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Robinson again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start this, and right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy does.
And he loses the football a second time. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Geno now to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Smith. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Now Geno. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
But let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 10 yards there, good for Washington 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the 1st drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations, ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Robinson. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. His kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Buckley, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 9.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. Callaway. Flush to his right. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Williams to return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Callaway throwing the out route incomplete. It's Baker. Rookie on the hook up there. That's a 1st down. The Lions at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Throwing on first down. Callaway got his man complete over the middle. That's Baker. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his top. And the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. He'll get it inside the 20. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Smith. And he wisely will throw that one away. Washington on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Smith. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit it for the completion for the first down.
Now Gino on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. The 20. From touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Extra point up and through. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Man, that's a 3rd fumble for him now in this ball game. And you know the old saying, CD, once is a fluke, twice a coincidence, 3 times becoming a pattern.
3 times is a problem in this case because we've seen field goal kickers have days like this, quarterbacks occasionally. But how rare is it for us to see a running back lose it 3 times trying to carry it?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. Derek Barnes in on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Smith now to throw. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
The Commanders going to bring out the field goal unit
from the right hash. This from 33. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Lions take over.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a give, right side. Buckley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Callaway. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Peppers. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Smith.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At our 48-yard line.
Throwing is Smith. Open man is Samuel, complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's a gain of 4.
They'll run with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line.
That is on the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down now. Buckley. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Buckley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Finding Williams on the check down. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. On 3rd down, Callaway. He's airing it out for Williams. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Returning is Peppers. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Washington offense back out there. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. And Smith's throw complete to Dotson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Granted, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on 2nd down, Smith. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, Smith. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Now it's Smith. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And the Washington first down.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Taking it about the 1. Williams now on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. Devontae Smith, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And that game, level, as they take on the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they trail the visiting Falcons in that one at halftime. Tyler Algier, a force in that first half with 2 touchdown runs. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Lions, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
On 3rd and 2, Callaway. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll look to throw again. And, oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Up the middle they go. Buckley, only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 23-point deficit.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. On first down, Smith. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Smith. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Now Smith.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
A gain of 4.
3rd and 2, Smith. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From the red zone now, Smith. Steps away to his left.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up 1st and goal.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
John Bates.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from going up by 30.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead is now an even 30. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
That's good. For the Lions,
looking to throw. Callaway. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
To throw on second down. Callaway. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Once more, Gibson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
Nifty move. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Smith. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. I got to think at this point, 3rd quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
So out now come the Lions. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good.
On 1st down, Callaway. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 33.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Levi opens the return on the start. No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Handoff now to Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Robinson with another carry. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The 71 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the fourth quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he stopped immediately there. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Now Geno. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter and a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Callaway. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good.
On 1st and 10, Callaway. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard pickup.
Now a handoff up the middle. Buckley. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Callaway. This pass complete to Reynolds. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. Back to throw. Callaway. Over the middle, complete. It's Baker. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's the option play now to the left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go. Buckley. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Washington offense set to take over. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Now, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Callaway. Now, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
For Jamison Williams, incomplete. Brings up 4th and goal.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
Let's go now, let's go.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run again here with Robinson. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on play brings up 3rd down.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So a victory here for the Commanders. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Washington, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.